Hello everyone, this is Jeff Blankenship with HEB Instructional Technology, and this is an overview of Google Meet. By now, most of you have probably been in at least one Google Meet meeting, but perhaps you've never created or moderated one yourself. To begin the process, you're going to log into ClassLink. You can either select the Google Meet SSO icon, or you can choose Google Drive. We're going to go ahead and select Google Meet SSO for now, and in just a minute, we'll be redirected to the Google Meet environment. Once you reach the Google Meet environment, it looks a lot like this. You'll notice over here on the right hand side you have the ability to join or start a meeting. To begin a meeting, you're simply going to choose the option for join or start a meeting, and you're just going to give your meeting a name. I'm going to go ahead and choose continue. You can decide before entering the meeting whether or not you want to mute your microphone and your camera. So if you want to do both of those things, what you could do is select the icon right here for turn off microphone and also the icon for turn off camera right here, so that both of those are in the off position before joining the meeting. That way when you arrive in the meeting, your camera and your microphone will both be muted. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and choose the option for join now, but notice that you also have the option for present. If you wanted to enter the meeting in presentation mode, you could choose this option on the right. For now, I'm going to choose the option for join now. When you enter the meeting, it automatically gives you meeting information right here. Okay, you could take this code that's right here, copy the information and mail it to anybody that you like. You also have the ability to add people directly to your meeting by email. So if I want to invite Casey to my meeting, I would just select her name, choose the option for send email, and she would automatically receive an email inviting her to this meeting. Once you're in the meeting environment, you just need to become familiar with a couple of the tools. In the top right hand corner, you'll see that there's a participants list. So if I select show everyone, it will show me a list of everybody who's currently in the meeting. Once again, you'll notice that I have the option to add people from the people view. Alright, you also have the chat window over here to the right. If multiple participants were in my meeting, I could see and manage their chat by clicking this tab right here. I can send a message to my participants just by clicking in here and typing and choosing enter. Once I type it, it sends the message. It will send that to everybody who's currently in the meeting. Okay. One thing that you'll want to be aware of about messaging is that it doesn't post to participants who haven't joined the meeting yet. So if somebody were to join my meeting right now at 3:36, they would not see the messages that I had typed before that 3:35 time mark. Okay. You'll notice down here at the bottom of the screen, you have a couple of options available to you as well. Right here where it has the title of my presentation, I can click the up arrow. And when I do that, it'll give me the details about my meeting. And also, if there were any attachments associated with my meeting, I could actively use those as well. The only way that you can get attachments on your meeting is if you schedule your meeting ahead of time using Google Calendar. The attachments that you place into your Google Calendar will be available to anybody who joins you in the meeting. Okay, you notice that you also have the ability to mute, leave the call or leave the meeting, and also to turn your camera off and on from here as well. Just to the right of that, you'll see a really cool feature called Turn On Captions. When I begin talking, captions appear at the bottom of my screen. So you can toggle this feature off and on at your leisure, but keep in mind this might be really useful for any kiddos who have limited hearing or hearing difficulty. But a lot of kids really actually enjoy captions, and if you had this turned on during your recordings, it would put captions into your recordings as well. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and turn this off for now. Alright, and I'm going to go ahead and move over to the right. So one of the bigger features, or one of the cooler features with Google Meet, is the ability to present anything that's on your computer to your class or to your students or to your meeting participants. So effectively, if it's on your computer screen, you can share it with others. So I'm going to go ahead and choose the option for present now, and you'll see that I have the ability to present my entire screen, a window on my computer, or a tab. Okay. Your entire screen will basically present everything that's happening on your computer, whether or not you have the meeting window open. Okay, so if I were to minimize, or if I were to select this option, choose my entire screen, it's going to ask me which of my screens I want to present. I'm going to go ahead and select screen 2. Depending on your setup in your classroom, you may have 1, 2, or 3 potential screens that you can broadcast from. Keep in mind, if you have a projector in your classroom, you can share that screen as well. So if you have meeting participants who need to see what you're presenting to the rest of your class through your projector, you also have that option. Alright, for now I'm going to go ahead and select screen 2 and choose share. So at this point, I would be presenting my screen to any participants who were in my meet. Okay. If I were to minimize my screen, anything that's on my computer desktop would be shared with my class. Okay. And when I return back to the meeting, if I choose the option for a window, it will let me select any of the open windows on my computer. So if I select this one to the right, which is a Google Chrome window, it would share the information that was in that window. Alright, your third option is a Chrome tab. Alright, if I make this selection, you'll see that it lists all of the tabs that are currently open in my browser, and I'm going to go ahead and choose this option that I have open for Google Jamboard, which is a YouTube video. Okay. When you do that, you'll see that I'm taken directly into the YouTube environment, and it tells me that this tab is currently being shared with my class. I then have the ability to play this video so that my class can view it as well. If I maximize the video before playing it, it would also be maximized on their screen as well. One thing that you're going to want to keep in mind is anytime that you're presenting video content to your students through something like YouTube, that last option for a Chrome tab is definitely your best choice. Google was kind enough to even put a reminder right here that says best for video and animation. So anytime you're displaying a video or using animation in your course, you would definitely want to choose that last option for a Chrome tab. Alright, so we basically covered all of the presentation options. I just want to show you a couple more quick features that you may or may not be aware of. Over here on the far right hand side of your screen, you'll see that you have 3 little dots or more options. When you select those, you can make a couple of choices right here that change the environment. Okay, one of the coolest features in Google Meet is that you do have the ability to record your meetings. Okay, so if I were to start recording this meeting right now, you'll see that it tells me that I need to ask for consent, so I would want to inform everybody in my class that I was going to be recording them. Choose accept, and up here in the top left hand corner, you'll see that my computer begins recording. Okay, so at this moment in time, everything that happens in the meeting, every single discussion, every single presentation item, even the chat is all being recorded. Alright, when you're finished recording, you're just going to click the more option, choose stop recording. When you're finished, hit the stop recording option. This recording will automatically be moved into your Google Drive underneath a folder called Meet Recordings. Okay, so when I open up Meet Recordings, you'll see that I have 2 previous Google Meet sessions that I've recorded, and the document that is paired with them is the transcript from the chat that took place during that meeting. Another really cool feature that's tucked away over here is the change layout option. Okay, since I don't have any participants in my actual meeting, it's a little tough for me to show you exactly what these are going to look like. So I've just done some screen captures for you to see. And you'll see that your options right over here for change layout includes sidebar, spotlight, and tiled. Okay, tiled is a pretty popular option. You can see it's very much like a grid view or like a Zoom meet. If you have tiled turned on, you're basically able to see every participant who's in your meeting tiled on your screen. Alright, I believe that it highlights the speaker so that whenever somebody's talking, their box would be highlighted. The next option is sidebar. Okay, if we go to sidebar, you will see there's a main window or a presenter window right here on the left, and the participants are over on the sidebar on the right hand side. Alright, that last option, called Spotlight, basically looks just like this. Alright, whomever's speaking at that moment in time is in the middle of the screen, they're nice and large, and they're pinned right to the middle of the screen. Okay, so keep in mind, anytime you're in a meet and somebody's presenting content, you have the ability to spotlight your speaker by pinning them to the screen. Depending on which layout you are using, all you need to do is click the People tab, and whenever you select on anybody who might be speaking at that time, you'll see this pop-up appears right below their name. Okay, if you select this push pin right here, it's going to pin them to your screen so that you always see their video. At the point that they're done talking or presenting, you can remove the pin so that you can see other participants. Okay, you also have the ability to select the pin from a participant's video window. Okay, so that was layouts. Next thing we're going to take a look at really quick is just your general settings. Notice that you have the ability to use full screen anytime that you want to, just by selecting the full screen option. You'll see that my screen is maximized. I can no longer see my toolbar at the top and the bottom of my screen, and I get more screen space for my Google Meet. Alright, the last option you're going to take a look at is settings. Alright, settings basically allows you to make adjustments for audio and video. So if, for example, you had multiple microphones attached to your computer, you could select which microphone you wanted to use by selecting the dropdown. Okay, this could be done for speakers and also for video. Alright, so that's it. That is Google Meet in a nutshell. Hopefully you'll find the information in this presentation to be useful, but if you're struggling with any part of what was presented today, please contact your instructional technology specialist for assistance and we'll be glad to help. You have a wonderful day.